Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to, or welcome if it's your first time. Welcome to another Thursday night live stream here on Drums and Drams. Think we are good to go on everything, audio-wise, video-wise, everything like that. So, yeah, I'm excited. We got a good stream tonight, at least I hope. I have no idea if it's going to be a good stream. But I have had a busy day of barrel picking, and you can probably already see that on my face. I'm a little rosy. A little glassy-eyed, it's been one of those days. So I am excited. I think, tonight this live stream is going to be a little loose, and I think that's okay. We're going to have a little loose live stream. I've got some bottles to pop. Some stuff to kind of loosely review, talk about. I don't have like a big blind flight. I don't have some sort of like theme of 3 whiskeys, this or that we're going to do. We just have a bunch of bottles we're going to get into tonight. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Pours in the Park with the Bourbon Junkies. I'm going to talk about Matt Porter's new rye, which I'm sure many of you were able to pick up. Got a new bottle to pop. I wasn't going to pop this tonight, but I was like, you know what? I don't have a plan for the evening. What am I going to fall back on? A freaking unicorn. Let's just fall back on Smoke Wagon Desert Jewel. And also, I want to have this open by tomorrow because tomorrow is my wedding anniversary with Sarah. And we already have a very special bottle for that, which I'm going to show you all in just a second. But I thought, we're going to have this one special bottle. We're going to need a warm-up for the special bottle. And let's warm up with another unicorn, you know what I mean? So, anyways, that is what we're doing tonight. It might go off the rails. I have no idea. I'm hoping to do a little Q&A also. I don't know if anybody's going to be into that or if that sounds like a really stupid and selfish idea. If it does, just tell me. I'm not going to be offended. It's like, who are you to answer Q&A? You have 3,000 subscribers, But if you have any questions about, tasting whiskey journey stuff, anything, music, percussion, life on the road, playing triangle for a living, I don't know, we can get into any of that stuff. So if you have any questions as we go through the live stream, just tag me in the chat, and I'll answer those in a relatively timely fashion. So, anyways, let me get into the chat, guys. First and foremost, let me cut back to the close-up camera. Tonight's starting pour, as you can see, for those of you who are at the Bourbon Junkies Hang this weekend, you know this bottle. This is the Mayor Pingree pick here. I should say Mayor Pingree Blend. This is an MGP/Valentine Distilling blend that Dan and Sean did for the event. We all got a free bottle of this when you signed up. So we're going to get into this as sort of a warm-up. And then from there, we're going to move into everything else that we're doing. We're going to talk about everything along the way. All that kind of good stuff. So that's kind of the plan for right now as we get going. Last thing before I get into the chat, I know I see a super chat popped up. We do have a giveaway tonight, and it's a ridiculous giveaway. All right, same thing. What am I going to do for tonight's live stream? What am I going to give away? I'm going to give away this bad son of a bee. This is Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, batch 38. So this is an old batch, okay? It's called the One Love batch. Now, this is after they already moved, I should just say Nancy, after Nancy moved to an Indiana and Kentucky blend. So there is Kentucky in here. This is not all MGP, but it is lower, a little bit of a lower proof than some of the batches, between 50 and 70-ish. This is 63% ABV or 126 proof. All right, so this is tonight's giveaway. Every $5 super chat or Venmo or PayPal. The information is in the description of this video if you want to submit directly to me, which I would appreciate very much. YouTube does not get a cut of that stuff. Just make sure you tag me in the chat. I'll keep track of super chats unless there is a mod in the house to do it. I'll get up my spreadsheet in the event that there's no one to track. But this is the giveaway tonight. All right, only one giveaway. No sample packs, none of that jazz. One bottle. I know last week I did 3 giveaways. I've been doing 2 or 3. It's been getting a little out of hand. So I'm going to stick to this one unicorn for tonight's stream. And with that said, damn it, that was a lot of talking. Cheers to you guys. Let me know what you're sipping on tonight. I promise I'm going to get to the chat now. Cheers. All right. Let us get into it. David, what is up, man? Coming in hot with the cigar blend giveaway. Yeah. I was like, am I going to do this? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Cheers, man. JG877, smash the like. Now, yeah, everybody, please hit that like button if you are just now coming in. Got a great stream for tonight, including the giveaway, all that good stuff. But hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you're watching the replay and you're new, hit that subscribe. What is up, Kilco in the house? Tom Snyder, good to see you, my man. I saw you sent me a Patreon message. I'll get back to that. I have not been around today or yesterday to answer emails or messages, really. Blind Squirrel is starting off with some E.H. Taylor. Good call. As a little throwback to Tuesday nights, Tuesday taste along. Neil is just finished dinner on to Calumet 16. Third of the way in. It's a nice, easy drinker. All right. Yeah, I was a little late tonight, guys. Sorry. Tony Mendoza, drinking old Carter. Which old Carter? Be More Bourbon. Good to see you, Dustin. Dustin, I saw a message come in from you before the stream. I was just getting back from the barrel pick. I had to scarf down dinner. Ordered a burger on a lettuce bun. God forbid. Had a little bit of chicken. Just trying to get some stuff. I've had some emergency today. I've had liquid IV. I've had Z-Biotics. Barrel pick. We picked from 8 barrels today, and now straight into a live stream. It's like, holy crap. I need all of the supplements and probiotics in my body. What's up, Robert E? Adam Ferris. Is that Rudra in the house? Whoops. If I look a little rosy, it's all his fault. Rudra's the one that invited me to the barrel pick today. Blind Squirrel, I will get into talking about that a little bit. Rudra says, tell us about the shirt. Okay. Look at that. They got me branded and everything, guys. So Middle West hooked me up with a little shirt today. All right, it fits a little tight on this rotund body that I'm trying to... I got to lose 10 more pounds, guys. But it says single barrel select on it, which is cool. And I've got a couple of flasks from the barrel pick today. Some extra barrel samples, which is awesome. One of them is actually the barrel that we picked. And that's very cool. The bourbon barrel. Then we also picked a rye. I don't have the rye that ended up winning, but I have the 2 ryes that I ended up picking today that I thought should win. So these are my 3 choices, which is cool, actually. I didn't even think about that. Maybe I could do a sample giveaway on that, like, at some point. I don't know. Very cool. Oh, let's see. Jared Riley, good to see you, my man. Tom Snyder, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, guys, I got to get up my... Let's see. I got to get up my spreadsheet here to keep track of super chats, or else I'm going to get off on the wrong foot. I've got it saved here from Amy. Let's see. There we go. Trying out some more music this week. Another little mix here. So let me know what you think of the background music. And if the balance is okay, too. It's hard to tell. I have it in my AirPods, but I can't hear myself in there, so... It's not actually like a true monitoring situation of music balance to my ears. So, all right, I got the giveaway sheet up. Tom Snyder, I got you in for 2 super chats, my man. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. I appreciate it. We're going to go, Sarah and I, tomorrow. She's taking the day off work. What are we doing? We're going to go hiking because our wedding was in Colorado. We hiked up a mountain. We got married. We did the whole thing. And then we're going to come home, clean up. We're going to pop open a $2,000 bottle that I bought, and I'll show you guys that in just a second because that's ridiculous. We're going to pop that bottle. We're going to have a little sip, a little aperitif, I guess, and then we're going to go to a very expensive dinner at the Refectory here in Columbus, Ohio, which is an incredible, I believe, French restaurant. I've only been there once, so that's going to be great. Derek says, I still think that Desert Jewel is one of the best-looking bottles in the game. I agree with you. I've had a sample in a blind. It probably tasted better in the blind. When I crack this open, I might be a little disappointed for what I paid for it, but I'm cool with that. It's a unicorn for me, and I really wanted to get it. So thank you, Dustin. Also, I see your comment. David says, when in doubt, unicorn, just like you're thinking. Yeah, man. Mojo, what's up, man? Bless ups to you, too. Mojo and I hung out till 4 a.m., and then Sarah texted me at 4 in the morning at Pours in the Park. She's like, are you coming back to the room? She was not awake. She woke up in the middle of the night. We were still awake downstairs, and I said, all right, I'll come to bed. Dan Like, what's up, man? JG, do I need to tell you about birds and the bees? Maybe. What's up? Is that Zach? What's up, man? Blind Squirrel, thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Dude, tell us about the barrel picks, then send me that bottle. All right, let's talk barrel pick. Let's talk barrel pick real quick. I know I'm behind in the chat. I apologize. We'll get there. My palate is so dry right now from the barrel pick and then also from eating dinner. It's just like sodium town in my mouth. So the barrel pick today. Ohio is a controlled liquor state. Guys, I promise we'll get to some bottles and stuff in a second. But we're just hanging out. It's a chill evening. So Ohio is a control state for liquor, and all the barrel picks run through the state. I do believe that some whiskey groups and some restaurants can get their own picks. I think there's hurdles to jump through, but I am, I would consider myself like I would say that I am a humongous supporter of Middle West Spirits here in Columbus. It's my favorite distillery in town. In terms of like mutuality between us, I think we're like, good acquaintances or good friends, however you want to call us. And I'm looking forward to continuing to hang out with the Middle West guys, Rudra and Kyle and Josh and all these guys. Fantastic people over there. But they invited me, or I should say Rudra did, who does the marketing there, to do this barrel pick for the state of Ohio. It wasn't just me picking the barrels. There's quite a few people from the Bourbon Hunters podcast, a couple other folks, and then the Ohio liquor people from the agency. And we had 8 barrels laid out. We had 6 ryes, and we had 2 bourbons. We were told that we would be picking either 2 or 3 barrels. It could be any combination of bourbon and rye. They just wanted the best barrels. Some discussion up front about whether we were going to proof them down or not. Thankfully, we're not going to proof them down, it sounds like. And so we kind of went to town. And my strategy for the barrel pick today, with only having 2 bourbons and 6 ryes, is like, let's tackle the 2 bourbons first. Let's get them out of the way and see if any of them stand out. If one stands out, that's great, but we have 6 ryes, so we could end up picking 2 or 3 ryes and be happy with that. One of the bourbons did stand out, which was this one, which was the barrel pick that we ended up going with, barrel 1725 at 126 proof. It's a 5-year bourbon, 4 grain from Middle West Spirits. You guys know I love them so much. Great stuff. And then of the ryes, I had 2 stand out to me. One for being very, very intense, like crazy proof, crazy vanilla on that one, insane palate development. And then the other one was kind of like a really dark, almost bourbon-esque rye, like a bourbon drinker's rye, similar to the bourbon that we picked. We ended up, by majority vote, going with a completely different one than the 2 that I kind of zeroed in on, which was a very off-profile rye. Orange tea, smoky tobacco, white pepper. On the palate, strawberry syrup all day. And then on the finish, coffee bean. It's really like all over the place rye. A little flat on the palate. That was my only ding, was like the palate development wasn't that great. But a really cool rye. And I think for those of you who live in Ohio, if you're watching this stream, keep an eye out. They're going to be dropping in the bottle shop in the Columbus area for sure. Some all over the state as well. But there's only 2 barrels to go around, a bourbon and a rye. So keep an eye out for that announcement in the next couple of months of that Middle West stuff dropping. But it was a great experience. It's my second pick I've done with Middle West, and I loved it. Scott says, I have batch 39. That 38 would go good. Yes, it would. Yes, it would, Scott. All right, I'm gonna scroll through the chat, guys. I know I'm super behind, so let me get through this. Cheech, thank you for the super chat, my man. Let me get you in real quick. Got you in for 2. It was great meeting you at Pours in the Park. How do we... Yeah, we didn't really talk drums, did we? I mean, we talked about some of your studio work, jingle work, some of that other stuff you were telling me about, the Carrot Top stuff, but we didn't talk like super nerdy, which is fine. That's fine. But it was really late that night that we did talk in the Embassy Suites hotel room. That was a late night. I was a little... Well, every night I was a little... I was in poor form. I don't know what you would call it. All right, guys, I'm going to keep scrolling. Derek says, Mojo is part of the 4 a.m. crew. Damn, I missed out having to leave early. If we all make it to Whiskey Weekend Batch 5, we have to hang out. Absolutely. That 4 a.m. crew, we were putting in work. Drinking King of Kentucky, and that Old Forester employee bottle, and which is all courtesy of Zach Bourbon Kingdom if he's still hanging out. Man, that 4 a.m. crew was killing. And the wild turkey that Mojo brought out, what was that? I keep calling it tradition, but it wasn't tradition. I can't remember. Oh, Diamond. I think Wild Turkey Diamond is what it was. God, that was a great pour. JG, thank you for the super chat, my man. I'm going to have another sip before I talk about or read out what you said. Whiskey cheers. Here's to Sarah not waking up. Hope you're talking about pours in the park. William Stone, I've not tried any Art of the Spirits whiskey. I'm not familiar with that. Let me know about it in the chat, though. Give me some more details. I'm curious. ADHD Whiskey, hey, what's up, man? Not reading chat, but listening in with my earbuds. I love you too, man. Matt Porter, guys, my new best friend. We legally watched, maybe, the UFC fights the night of Pours in the Park on Saturday night. Kamaru Usman got KO'd, head kick KO'd by Leon Edwards. Matt and I were hanging out. It was with some other folks as well, of course, but he was like, dude, are we best friends? It's like, fuck yeah, we're best friends. It's awesome to meet you, dude, and to hang. I can't wait to do it again, Matt. Adam Ferris, love the cigar blends. I like my chances more than the Ohio Liquor Lottery. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have better odds here for sure. I think I caught up. In the chat. Was that poor form? Thanks, Jeb. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, it was a good time. I wish I would have brought some better bottles. Like, I've never done a whiskey event or a bottle share, and I was like, I'll bring some, like, good bottles, but still be a little conservative. It's like, geez, I should have just brought this damn thing, you know, or my pirate bottle or something. Darrell showing up with a pirate bottle, batch 12, was like, holy crap. And then it lasted more than the first night, which I could not believe. Andrew Kelly, if you're getting only one, we're talking Middle West picks now. Would you go with the rye or the bourbon pick? Jeez. Andrew, do you have any of their picks already? Because I'm going to tell you this, that rye pick is super off profile. Even though it's not the best palate development, just the flavor notes in there are really, really neat. And the reason I didn't pick it myself when I was turning in my kind of final scores or final like decision was because of the palate development. That's the only reason. The notes were my favorite of the ryes. So I might say the rye. The bourbon, though, is a great bourbon pick. And I need to compare it next to the other one that I've picked from Middle West over here with Drew P. Whiskey last summer. And if it does stand up to that, then it's anybody's game at that point. I mean, geez. Yeah, the pirate bottle was awesome. Andrew Kelly, let me get you 2 entries into the giveaway here. All right. I'm going to talk about this Junkies Pingree blend now here in just a second. I want to get through the last couple of super chats before we get into it. Reminder, if you are jumping in here, we got 62 in the house. Hopefully more coming in soon. Hit that like button. It would be really appreciated. Just going through some great whiskeys tonight. Having a really chill hang. Yeah, for those of you just now jumping in, I did a barrel pick a couple hours ago, and I'm still feeling it in my brain. So I got to be a little more reserved tonight. All right, let's see. Francis Lee. First time live. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Enjoying the content so far. And guys, I promise more content on the way. With starting this new professorship at the university, my alma mater, I have 5 jobs right now. I'm a freelancer all the time. I got 5 jobs going. Professor, youth orchestra, teacher, playing in the orchestra in town, Drums and Drams, which is like actually becoming a somewhat of an employment type thing as opposed to just drinking whiskey for fun, which is great. And there's something I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, being a touring soloist. So 5 gigs, and it's just been kind of crazy to keep up with all this stuff, but I'm finding my balance again, which is great. This week has just been the start of a lot of different things. So more content on the way. Anyways, Francis, I digress. Drinking some Wilderness Trail 8-year. I did not get that freaking 8-year. I saw Jason talk about it last night. I was down in Kentucky, but I just did not have the time to make that extra drive from wherever I was to get in there. Damn. But I'll get you in on the giveaway, Francis, and I appreciate you hanging out tonight for the first time. That's like the coolest thing to see and for people to let me know, especially. EBA 101 Boxing, what's up, man? Dude, good to see you. I owe you a reply to your comment on one of my videos I saw pop in there. But great weekend and great to meet you and great chatting. Very cool. Hendo, what's up, man? Hey, Hendo and the other people that won the giveaways last weekend, everything is out in the mail. So all the giveaways are in the mail. And that's great. Randy, I missed your super chat. Oh! Damn, Randy. So sorry, man. A $20 super chat. That is awesome. I really appreciate it. And thank you for tagging me. Let me know that. Let me see here. I have not tried any of the old Kirk single barrels. This is all that Willet. Yeah. 6 year, 9 months seems to go along with that Hirsch stuff that they've been bottling. You know, Matt Porter's ADHD whiskey barrel, the company pick, which is rumored to be from Willet also. I have had that, and I think it's fine. Like, it's nothing against Matt. It's nothing against the pick. It's like just the profile of the whiskey, you can tell. Very cinnamon forward. Not showing a lot of age on it. To me, that's not my favorite profile. So if that's kind of in line with that, the proof point seems to make sense, then depending on what you paid, it may or may not be a good value. I don't know. But I have not had any of the old Kirk, unfortunately. Sorry about that, Randy. Thank you for reminding me. Jeb Singleton has a Pumpernickel Rye store pick, but have yet to open it. Mostly because it's not in my hands. Yeah, those are the Pumpernickel Rye store picks from Middle West. Every time I've sent samples out for 2 years on the channel. Most sample packs include that. And everybody goes, holy shit, that's amazing stuff. So I'm trying to get the good word out there about Middle West spirits. They've moved to 53-gallon barrels. I've talked about this ad nauseum on live streams recently. We tasted 53-gallon barrels today, and that stuff is aging so well. So no hard feelings from me. I'll get over myself. I love those 30-gallon. Tim Evans. Dude, thank you for the $50 super chat. Holy shit, man. That is way too generous, and I really appreciate it. Keep up the great work. Tasted Jepson's barrels today. I get it. Tim, be a little more specific. What did you taste? Did you taste some single barrels, or did you taste some Malort? Because guys, for those of you in the chat that were not at Pours in the Park, I did 2 shots of Malort on Saturday night, and then I finished the bottle like 4 hours later at 4 in the morning. And there was like a good, 2.5 fingers left in the bottle when I finished it. So that sent me over the edge, and I did not check out of that hotel until 2:30 p.m. the next day. All in the name of a good time. Wow, you guys are killing it with the super chats. I can't even keep up. I'm just talking too damn much. Give me a second. Let me taste this freaking Bourbon Junkies blend, and then I'll get back to your super chats. I promise. So this will serve as like an informal tasting. I do plan to actually do a review of this blend. I've not taken any notes on it. I'm going to get more in the glass. Jeez. I've been sipping on this, and sipping maybe a little too much. So like I said, this is like an MGP and Valentine Distilling blend. No age statement. So let's check it out on the nose. Yeah, really sweet. Really bright and sweet vanillas on the nose. It does show some youth, a little bit of corn grain. Actually smells like weeded MGP, like a Penelope blend in a way. It's got that weeded MGP lightness to it. But in doing so, it also has a little bit of graininess as well. Yeah, there's like a little bit of like a pear note in here, like kind of a peel, like an apple peel, something a little bit bitter, but bright. But overall, I mean, it's a really nice blend. It's not showing too much youth, but there's definitely not a lot of age coming off of the nose. All right, let's taste it. Cheers. My palate's a little wonky tonight because of all this whiskey and salt I had in my dinner. So I want to tell you that up front. Nice, bright, sour fruits. A little bit of a light honey, vanilla. That wheat grain is still hanging on, though, like that wheated MGP. I don't know if the MGP they blended in here is wheated or not, but it sure seems like it. Yeah, I like it. You know, it's nothing special, but for an event like this, to be included in the ticket price, $125, I think, with everything else that we were able to do, with all the distilleries, with just everything. This is a fantastic idea, first off, a fantastic value, and a good bourbon. Non-chill filtered also, even at 94 proof. So hats off to Dan and Sean, by the way, guys, for the Pours in the Park event. If you didn't go this year, I am telling you, it was my introduction to whiskey tube events, or any whiskey events. I go to plenty of percussion things, conferences, this and that. I've been to a lot of different kinds of events, as I'm sure many of you have for your own work. This was put together so well, handled extremely well. Any little thing that might have happened here or there was taken care of immediately. And I don't even think there were that many things. Like one drunk dude, someone ordered some water at one point in the hotel. Like, I don't think anything was really unaccounted for. So it was great. If you're ever considering doing that next year when it goes live, check it out. Yeah, man, I would love to taste that. I've never had a Wilderness Trail product. It's just something I have not gotten into yet, so I'd love to taste that 8-year, although it might spoil the rest of it for me. Zach, if I remember after this live stream, I will hit you up, but I'm notorious for not remembering things after streams. Ed Williams, what's up, man? Great content. Keep up the good work. Cheers. Thank you so much. And Ed, I'm going to get you in for 2 entries to tonight's giveaway. Make sure I spell it right. Thank you so much. EBA Boxing says, 5 jobs, incredible with Cam. Cheers. Cheers, man. I mean, it's just, yeah, it literally is just being a freelance musician, though. Or at least that's, yeah, I mean, that's what I mainly do. But adding all these other things on top of it now has been interesting. Derek has tried a 7-year, 136 proof Hirsch pick. Wow. And he said he really liked it. The Matt's pick for barrel, I do not think is nearly that hot in terms of proof. So, Matt Church is $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Wow. That's awesome. Let me get you entered in here to my spreadsheet. And that's 4 entries. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. And what do you say here? In for a chance on the Magnus Cigar Blend. I was lucky enough to try 2 different bottles at Pours in the Park. The Pirate bottle was great, as was everything that Zach brought. Yeah. The Batch 92 was at Pours in the Park. The one that Nancy put that original 1892 whiskey in, which was very cool. And that bottle went away very quickly when it was opened. And the Pirate bottle was great. Just incredible. All right, let me scroll back up here. Thank you, Matt. Oh, Hendo. Dude, you had a 7-year, 9-month? Yeah, that's crazy. That's way older than a lot of the other stuff that I've seen that's supposedly sourced from Willet. And very, very high proof. Wow. Scott Raper. Jeez, dude. $50 super chat. Thank you. You and Tim Evans. Amazing. Thank you so freaking much, man. Let me get you in for 10 entries. Cheers to that. And we're working on everything with Nancy Scott from last week's giveaway. And Toshi Bake, if you're in here, if you check out the replay, getting everything settled from that charity auction that we did last weekend for those bottles. Amy and Paul are squared away, though, so that's great. Amy Bohm and Paul Graham. Colin, what's up, man? Yeah, Malort hits different. Basically, 2 minutes later, it hits different. It doesn't have to be the next day. So, all right, let me keep scrolling. Christine Vasco, hey! I am disappointed that I did not taste the Middle West cast strength pumpernickel rye. Yeah, I brought both of them, the 30 and the 53 gallon, but people didn't get into them because there's no label recognition with those, which I'm trying to change. I'm trying to, beat the drum of Middle West. Dude, Zach, I was pretty hammered by the time I was like going off on the Hidden Barn stuff with Sean. So I don't remember too much of it, but I remember doing it. And I remember telling my wife the next day, like, I don't know if I was an asshole last night. We started talking about Hidden Barn. She knows that I like disagree with the hot takes on that. That's funny. Mark Vasco, what's up, man? Good to see you. I love seeing all these people that I got to meet over the weekend. I love this. This is awesome. That's what this freaking community is all about. The Malort's all right. Johnny, dude, I agree. The wheat mash bill from MGP is definitely not my favorite. 36% rye. That's mine. I gotta go with that. Andrew Kelly, we're gonna talk about that in a second. I'm gonna get into Matt's whiskey probably next. Why don't we do it next? I'm done with the Junkies pick. For my Patreon subscribers, whoever wins the giveaway for this month, there's always a giveaway winner for those of you who are not on my Patreon. Each month at the $10 tier. Whoever wins the giveaway this month has a pick of whatever bottle they want, and I have an extra bottle of the Junkies pick, so that's going to be one of the options if you do win that giveaway. What's up, Alex? What's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, Christine with a super chat. Thank you. Let's see. Let me get it entered in here. Christine Vasco. 1 entry. I'll be in Columbus at the end of the month and have some Wilderness Trail. The end of the month. What is it? That's coming up. I mean, it's almost the end of August. Let me know when. What are you doing in Columbus? All right, guys. I got to get through this. Randy, I would love to try that. I would love to try a pick from Wilderness Trail, especially if Chad and Sarah picked it. I've never had any of their barrel picks. If you remember to send me an email, go for it. If you don't, no worries. I know I won't remember at the end of the stream. I never remember to email people. I try to write it down on my phone. Just, Yeah, Mark, that Magnus Cigar Blend was... I remember getting my pour. It was already halfway gone after someone had just said that they opened that bottle. And then, 5 minutes later, I turn around and it's gone. Dana, I've not had any of the very small batch release. I tried a few old Carters at the Bourbon Junkies Pours in the Park. I didn't have any of the very small batches. So I felt some of them I just wanted to take more generally. Some of the squat bottles and some of the other stuff that I felt like was more rare. I was like, other people should try this. No. Toshi Bake, man. What's up, man? What's good, Cam? Just jumping in a little late. Solo dad duty this week, so I haven't gotten a pour in the glass yet. Thanks for getting back to me. I'll reply to email tonight or tomorrow. Crazy week at work and at home, but things are great. I probably owe you an email, honestly, because I got to get everything sorted on the end with Nancy. I got to go back and check it, make sure I do my due diligence on a couple of these things before I completely follow up with everybody. So I just want to be really, really certain I do everything the right way. But yeah, I'll be in touch, man. But thank you. $50 super chat from Toshi Bake. Thanks, man. I can't say enough about how supportive you guys are. I really appreciate it. Whew. Oh, damn. This is somebody I forgot to talk to. One more cast in the chat. Jeez. Yeah, I apologize. Next time. See, oh my goodness. CC Pullman says, of all the Whiskey Tube channels Dustin watches, you're my favorite. Cheers to you, Kim. Thank you. Holy crap. $100 super chat. That is incredible. And thank you so much from you and from Dustin. Incredible. And are you... So here's the thing I want to ask. I want to ask CC, are you into whiskey as much as Dustin? I'm curious. Because some, spousal partnerships, sometimes it's one is more into it than the other. Sometimes it's like a shared interest. I'm curious. I want to know from you, are you both into it, nerding out about whiskey, or is it more of Dustin's thing or more of your thing? What is your journey with that? Good Lord. I'm gonna skip through super chats, guys. Get CC in here. There we go. Boom. Yeah, YPC, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Get you in there. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, David, thanks for the reminder. All right, let's taste some more whiskey. Now hit that like button. Here we go. I'm sorry, Jeb. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People are, you know what? I never get this many super chats in this short of a period of time. I'm not used to it. I'm not a professional yet. I'm not like the junkies and Jason and Matt. Those guys are getting mad super chats. Guys, let's taste Matt's new rye whiskey pick, okay? This is something I'm so freaking excited about. I basically reviewed a recap that Pours in the Park. We don't need to talk about it anymore. It was an amazing time. Sarah and I got dinner up on the way there at a nice restaurant in Ann Arbor, Paisanos. We had a great dinner. I went to a hang that night. She went to bed. That was Friday night. And then Saturday, throughout the day, we did our thing, at the Pours in the Park, which is incredible. I guessed Wild Turkey 101 instead of 101 Rye for the bottle guess at the pour guesses. I felt like I was close. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Me and Matt Porter guessed the same thing. We both got it as wrong as each other, so I'm cool with that. I tied the world's top whiskey taster. And then that night, the bottle share, I mean, we basically drank that day for 15 hours straight, which was ridiculous. Cece says, absolutely not. I don't enjoy whiskey at all, but I love how happy it makes Dustin. That's awesome. Yeah, the one thing that I hate to see is like when when one person in a relationship loves whiskey and the other one gives them shit for it, or it says like, no, you can only have this many bottles in the house. It's like, what are you talking about? Like everybody has their interests. Just because this one might have a perceived negativity to it, that always really kills me. So that's awesome that you're so supportive of it. All right. So Matt Porter's rare character pick is a bitch and a half to get uncorked. And whenever I get something that doesn't have a wax pull tab here, it pisses me off. And so when I review this, which I'm going to do, I'm going to give rare character shit in the video because they need to get a pull tab installed on these things. There's literally no excuse for that kind of stuff because you are going to cut your hands. Like I pulled out the pocket knife, and this took me like 15 minutes to comfortably open. I always cut extra low on these, and I always cut off the cap because when I shut these things, I don't want anything falling into the bottle. I don't want wax falling into the bottle, so I try to get it away from the seal as much as I can. It looks a little goofy, but it's the best I can do. Now, this is 6.5 year, 121 proof, Bardstown Bourbon Company rye. I've sampled this straight from the barrel on a tour 2 years ago. It's really, really good out of the barrel. It was like 4 years old at the time. Now it's 6.5 years old. The color is ridiculous. I don't know how obvious that is to you. It is very, very dark, okay? And I texted Matt the minute I got this and smelled it the first time a couple days ago, and I said, holy fuck, pardon my French, but I think those are my exact words. And I was like, this is an incredible whiskey. And it really, really is. So let me check it out now. If you guys have this, pour it out. If you don't, next time you see a rare character drop that's a rye, 6.5 years old, distilled in Bardstown, Kentucky, buy that. Okay, so let's check this thing out. Wow. So if you just smelled this and you didn't know that it was from Kentucky, part of you is going to think that this is an MGP, like 9 to 10 year rye. All of those kind of cola notes, kind of like that Coca-Cola spice or that Dr. Pepper spice people talk about sometimes. You're getting a lot of that in here with like, those kind of dry red fruits. It also does have a little bit of a dill note to it as well. So a lot of Kentucky ryes, because they're such low, rye percentages in the mash bill, don't get into that dill thing. This does get into it. It has a little soapiness to it, which I get on some malted rye sometimes. Not the biggest fan of that quality, but some dill in here, a lot of nice orange notes, like that citrusiness, and spearmint. So it pretty much covers almost every rye whiskey base in here. the, the mint, the dill, the orange, the cinnamon, which kind of goes into that Coca-Cola Dr. Pepper spice. It's all there. And then there's a nice woodiness in here too. So on the nose, this is a ridiculously good and ridiculously dark rye whiskey. It smells fantastic. So let's check it out on the palate now. Cheers. Wow, that's intense, huh? Saucy Shane, what is up? I don't know if you've been in here. If I missed you, I do apologize. Don't remember seeing you in here earlier. Christine says that she was tempted into whiskey by Mark. Now she's all in. That's awesome. Yeah, Brian says this is a great bottle for ADHD, and it really is. This might be my favorite pick that he's done. In part, well, I don't know. I have his other rye, the Nulu rye he picked. I thought that was a really good one too. That might edge this out. But just knowing this is from Bardstown Bourbon Company, like, Kentucky distilleries need to watch out now. MGP, people sourcing from MGP, rye, they need to watch out. If this is how this stuff is aging, like, that's dangerous for other distilleries. It's such high quality at such a young age. And they probably have a crazy amount of inventory of this stuff aging there, you know? Bardstown has been distilling so much and building a new rickhouse like every month, it seems like. I can only imagine in the next 5 to 10 years what their stock is going to be. And if it ages correctly and it tastes good, it's going to be bad news for other distilleries around them, you know, and competing with them in the market. Jeb says, my girlfriend's from Poland and thinks bourbon tastes like gasoline, so we drink champagne together instead. Yeah, I'm so glad Sarah got into whiskey with me when we were doing scotch, and now she's into bourbon and everything else. I'm so glad for that, you know? And I understand when people aren't. I do think everybody has a gateway whiskey, but if you don't want to get into it, and that's the problem, then you're never going to convince someone to get into it that doesn't want to. But if they do, I think it's all just a matter of finding that right whiskey for them, or the right cocktail first, whatever that gateway drink is, you know? Oh, Joe, what's up, man? Can't wait to open mine if it's that good. Yeah, it's good. It is very much, as it's been opening up over the last few days, more and more classic rye influence, I would say, on the nose and palate. So you really got to like rye whiskey for this one. When you first open it, it's a little bit darker. The spices kind of tame down a little bit, and then it continues to blossom as I'm getting more air into the bottle, getting a little more herbal and spicy. So just be warned on that, you know? Oh, that's a great call, Johnny. Run the wax under hot water first. I didn't even think to do that. Yeah, let me try this on the palate again. Man, and there's actually some ginger on the palate too, which is interesting. You don't get that on a lot of whiskeys, at least in my experience. I don't get a lot of ginger on things. Wow. It's just it's really, really dark in the body of the whiskey and extremely bright and herbal in other places. So it's kind of a whiskey of extremes here, but I think a lot of rye is that way, especially 95.5 mash bills, which seeing that come out of Kentucky is obviously unusual. Matt, fantastic job if you're still listening, man. I love this rye. I love it. Young Pei Chang, I actually had the opportunity to try this at the Pours in the Park meetup, but I must have forgotten now that I think about it. So no, I have not had. Someone that was there, I can't remember which char level they had, but someone told me it was really dill forward. I didn't get to confirm that with tasting it. Matt, I'm in the finish right now. Oatmeal cinnamon cookie. Okay, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe not a... Yeah, maybe. Let me do it one more time. Oh, look at this guy. Not this guy. I like this guy. It's this guy. Look at this guy. Matt, I'm going to have a cleaner palate, and I haven't done a barrel pick earlier today. I'll taste it again. Oatmeal cinnamon cookie. That's interesting, though. Scott, let's see. Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 4. Anybody in the chat, has anybody had the Rye Batch 4? I have Batch 3. I love it. But I paid like $180 for it, and I think that's a fair price because it's an amazing rye. Batch 4 for $70 more. I don't know. I'm not the one to answer that. My gut instinct to see it sitting on so many shelves is that it's not a buy. Yeah, Trev, you're the nerd alert, dude. You freaking nerd. Dustin, dang it, then my wife knows how much I love Cigar Blend, she likes you more than I do. That's hilarious. She's got to get you that Cigar Blend, man. Andrew, the tasting note, are you sipping Matt's pick? If you are, is the note that you're getting in the back end, is it a spice note? Or is it like a wood note? I'm curious how you would classify the off note that you're getting in it, because I might know what you're talking about depending on what you say, spice or wood. Trev's drinking wine on the back patio. Get some bourbon, you freaking wiener. Come on, dude. What are we popping next? What are we doing? Let me look in I have a little thing in front of me of things I wanted to talk about and get to today. Yeah, Andrew, it gets a little dry on the back end. The wood note that I get, it's almost like there's kind of a combination of ginger I talked about earlier and like musty wood on the back end of it that is a little bit funky to me. And I've been getting this on a lot of whiskeys recently. So, I don't know. Take it or leave it. I don't know if that's right. Let me do a quick palate cleanse with something that I haven't tasted in a long time, but something that I was talking about today at the barrel pick with Rudra from Middle West Spirits, which is Knob Creek 12. It made me really want to taste this again. This is the very first batch of it in the old bottle design. And from the old Drums and Drams days, you can still see the freaking googly eyes on the bottle here that Sarah put on like over a year ago, at least at this point. Probably a year and a half ago. I want to taste some Knob Creek 12, though, because I've been thinking about buying a few more bottles of this to put in the bunker because it's so good. At least it was. YPC says, Trev's confirmed for being the bourbon wiener. Absolutely. Yeah, Andrew says musty wood makes sense. Okay. Yeah, because in terms of spice, there is like a little bit of a lingering like herbaceous dill note in it, but I think that other woodiness is going to be a little more prominent if it is off-putting to you. Audio Junkie, what's up, man? Just home after work. Welcome home. Dustin says only 190 days till Matt Madness. I know I got to defend the belt, huh? Oh my God. Knob Creek 12 on the nose. Holy crap. I forgot how good this... I haven't sipped this in months. Oh my God. It's just like this oaky... This aged oak leather cherry syrup. Oh my God. And like a little bit of like a brown sugar nutmeg thing. Not too heavy at all. No nuttiness in here. The beam nuttiness is gone. That is just an incredible nose for a whiskey. 100 proof. $70. All right, I'm going to go to the palate. My God. That still might be like a top whiskey. Like, period. I mean, honest to God, I'm not just saying this from a value perspective. Very few whiskeys are as, like, cohesive as this thing. From the nose to the palate, it's got everything that you really want in a good bourbon. It's got the aged notes, just enough wood, aged oak, funky leather, you know, doesn't get too overly oaked, too old smelling and tasting, or flat. It doesn't really go flat. There's still enough life in the Knob Creek 12 year for it to have some character, you know, even at 100 proof. And on the palate, it gets even a little bit more funky, which I love. I love a lot of aged oak on a whiskey when it doesn't turn gross in the finish, you know? That's like a perfect 12-year whiskey at a really nice proof. Now, people in the chat have been asking if I've had the Knob Creek 12-year cask strength. I have had the Knob Creek 12-year cask strength, just a sample. I really want to get a bottle of it. I didn't know what I was looking at like a few years ago when I saw it, and I just passed on it. I didn't think anything of it. It was at MSRP, and I wish I could go back and buy a couple of those. But the Knob Creek 12 cask strength sample I had was ridiculously good. It was so good. Nancy! Superstars in the house. Nancy Fraley. What's up, Nancy? Hey, I am going to connect with you. Well, tomorrow's my wedding anniversary. It may not be tomorrow. It may be Saturday to iron out the rest of the details. I've talked to everybody else about last year's auction, charity auction that we did on the channel, which, by the way, you're a freaking rock star for. Everybody in the chat, last week at the end of the live stream, right, the night before I left for Pours in the Park, Amy Bohm and Nancy Fraley jumped in and donated crazy bottle prizes. We did an impromptu auction giveaway, and we raised $2,500 through their generosity and through the generosity of Toshi Baker and Paul Graham for Jerry Black, whose wife had just passed last week. So shout out, the biggest shout out ever to Nancy Fraley, Amy, Paul, Toshi. Scott was in there bidding big bucks. You guys are all incredible, so thank you so much. And Nancy, yeah, we're giving away a Cigar Blend Batch 38. Guys, I want to say one thing about the giveaway. I give these bottles away, and you can do with them whatever you want. I have no control once you get it of whether you flip it, whether you trade it. I have no control. And I do apologize. I should have said this earlier in the stream. There are some like little tears like underneath this plastic. I don't know what happened, but there are some little tears in the tack strip. All right, it's totally legit. This is not a refilled bottle or anything. I promise you that. I don't know how it happened, but I just want you to know the cigar blend that you're getting is meant to be a drinker, okay? If you want to trade it, you can trade it. You can do whatever you want with it. I have no control over that. But there's a few tears in the tack strip that, you know, if you want to attract your super chats, I don't think you can really do that, but I should have said that earlier. But I hope you're in it to drink the whiskey. I mean, come on. Nancy blended some amazing stuff. And Nancy, I had some batch 92 at the Junkies meetup. I think you might have sent that. And if you did, yes. Also, the cognac finished J. Henry and Sons. Amazing. It's great. I didn't get a chance to try the Wyoming whiskey blend that you sent along, though. Derek, you're not a big fan of the 9-year. If you're talking about the small batch, I'm with you. The 9-year single barrels, even off the shelf, I actually compared it to Booker's the other day. Smacks the crap out of Booker's. The 12 is way better. So don't feel like you're not gambling on the 12. You're getting a guaranteed good value, in my opinion. Oh, Jeffrey Wack, what's up, man? Hello again, whiskey friends. Somebody did say cigar blend. Paul P, thank you for the super chat. Let me get you in here. Entered to win this Cigar Blend Batch 38. And I appreciate your super chat, your support for hanging out tonight. For all of you other people in here, 82 at this point, please hit that like button. Really, really helps the channel, all that good stuff. Okay. Let's see. Randy says, let me take another sip of this Knob Creek 12. 79. That's a little much for that. Usually it's 59, 69.99 at most. 79 is kind of pushing it, but in my opinion, it's worth 79. It's just, you know, are you somebody that really only wants to spend SRP on a bottle? If you are, that's understandable. Oh, you have a bunch of 15-year picks? Then I still actually think you could pick it up. It's kind of a different beast than those 15-year picks. I do think. Blind Squirrel, if I win it, I'm popping it that night. Hell yeah. Oh, the cigar. Nancy even says the cigar blend tack strips tear extremely easily, unfortunately. Yeah, you know. But look, it's under the plastic seal. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you should drink the damn cigar blends. Nancy's cranking them out over there for you to drink them and for me to drink them. I need to open a new one here soon. Audio Junkie, that's awesome. I have not had a Kentucky Spirit that I've been a huge fan of. Only ones that make me go, I wish this was a Russell's pick. 10 proof points higher, you know. Wigmaster still likes single barrel shelfers more than Knob Creek 12. Interesting. That could be maybe the proof or maybe the kind of funkier oak notes in there. I would imagine those would be the two differences. Unless you really just want a good, spicy, intense whiskey. All right, I'm going to try to change the soundtrack here after the end of this song. I don't want to change it mid-song. That would be a party foul, right? I love when Nancy jumps in here, guys. She starts dropping awesome knowledge. Jeb won a Weller 12. Tough one to be a drinker and not a flipper. Might be an unpopular take, but Weller 12 is soft. Yes, it is. I love the profile of Weller 12. And look, some of the dusty Weller 12s are incredible whiskey. I've got to be honest with you, but the current day things are kind of hilarious. They truly are. I mean, for me, I'd pay up to like 60, 70 for a Weller 12. Scarcity mindset, maybe up to 100 if I'm like, I'll never see this again. But otherwise, you know, it's truly a $40 bourbon the way it tastes. It's just too low in terms of proof. That's really the problem. All right, I got to pour something here. Nancy did send the Cigar Blend 92. It came directly from the cask. No filtration. It'll probably be bottled next week. Has a few mLs of the original 1892 Magnus in it, too. That's good marketing, Nancy, on that. And also, that's just badass. So, my first and only barrel pick was a Knob Creek 10-year, 11-month, and it's hitting shelves next week here at our local store. Those barrel picks, for me, 11 to 13 years is the sweet spot. I think some of the 15s get a little weird, and the 9s are a little too young sometimes. 11 to 13, I'm telling you, is my favorite range. Jeffrey Wack, dude, thanks for the super chat. I spent a good part of Saturday night drinking through all of Nancy's bottles. Yeah, I'm sure many people did. Someone showed up and just dropped them on the table, and they're like, Nancy sent all of these. And it was like, oh, shit. Gotta drink them right now. Wow, if I could find a Knob Creek 12 for 54, Freddie, that would be ridiculous. That would be a very good... I would pick up probably 3 of those, honestly. I've only hit... My cask strength that I tried was 120.1, I think. It was not that high, so very cool. I agree, YPC. Audio Junkie, I've never had Yellow Spot, unfortunately. Copper Wolf 87, thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Get you in. Just got my first Cigar Blend 46, and happy anniversary to you and the missus. Thank you. And enjoy that Cigar Blend if you have cracked it already. That's a fantastic pour. Colin says, has me reaching for the brandy shelf while the Cigar Blend talk. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try it. But 96. From 96. Audio Junkie. Oh, no way. Keep the box. That's fine. I have a whole boxing system for these giveaways and stuff. I order stuff from Uline, and I have everything kind of down to a science. So, all right, let's crack a unicorn now. Let me go grab a knife. I like to cut these tack strips flush. I don't like to just pop the cork off because I've gotten very I don't know what OCD about it, whatever you want to say. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my pocket knife. All right, here we go. See if I get some I'm going to change the music now. Let's just change it to lo-fi mix number 2. All right. A little abrupt. That's okay. Let's crack this thing open. I'm going to give you the close-up shot. Get that autofocus. There we go. Beautiful bottle. And I said I wasn't going to crack it this soon, but here we freaking are. I'm sure I'll give a sample of this away soon. Pretty sure. Okay. America. Beautiful. Smells peppery. This is the first Smoke Wagon cork I've ever had that feels tight in the bottleneck. The other ones are so loose they almost fall out. That's my biggest complaint with Smoke Wagon. Besides the uncut, unfiltered is just not being that great for me for some reason. Maybe it's just the batches that I have. Derek says, I'll get back through this chat real quick. Oh, geez, that smells very good. Holy, oh my God. Okay. Sent you 10 beans on PayPal. I'll be sending that email about samples in Central Ohio. Thanks here shortly. Been swamped with work. Awesome, Derek. Thank you. And yeah, guys, if you do send any money direct for Super Chats on PayPal or Venmo, please tell me in the chat. Okay, yeah, I got that from you. I got that from you, Derek. Okay. I think I got some from somebody else, too. Let me get those entered in. But we are sipping some Desert Jewel now. Oh, Jared Riley. I got 10 from Jared Riley, man. Thank you. Good to see your name popping up, man. I know it says your chat says you've been a little busy. I completely understand. And Derek jumping in there, too. Very cool. I'll put you in as Derek Matt instead of your last name. All right. Nancy says, I still have about 30 milliliters left of the original Magnus from 1892, which I keep in a UV bottle down in my basement. I added about 5 mil to Cigar Blend Batch 92 just to make it a little more special. That's very cool. Toshi Bake, we share an anniversary month. I was married 26th. Yeah, tomorrow. Mark Vasco, what's up, man? Again, coming in with the super chat this time. Awesome. Thanks so much. And I appreciate you guys for the anniversary wishes. It's going to be very special. I'll show you the anniversary bottle here in like 2 seconds. I just want to get one sip of this Desert Jewel down my gullet first. Randy says, Cam has the best bubble wrap and shipping protection game in the Whiskey Tube community. I have a whole system, man. I have developed a system. I don't know. Dustin. I guess I could do this. Actually, you know what? I don't know that I have any Remus Volstead left. I have to crack a new bottle. I killed my old bottle of Volstead, and I have one backup left, and I don't want to crack that right now. So, I'll let you know what I think of it from memory now, but I'm not going to do a side by side just yet. Yeah, I'm excited for this, CC. Garrett, what's that? Thanks, man. Cheers to a fellow OCD drinker. Garrett will let two entries into the giveaway, man. Amazing. Wow, you guys are killing me with the super chats. It's amazing. So amazing. All right, let's check this out on the nose. This is a very early Desert Jewel also. It did not have the plastic wrap on the top. So it's just the tack strip. No plastic wrapping on the top. This is like so if you guys know that 36% rye MGP profile, when it gets a certain amount of age onto it, you start to develop like a kind of like a grape syrup note on it. And blueberry. There's like, power of suggestion. Maybe it's the blue wax token on the front. No, I really think I'm getting like blueberry, grape. A hint in the background of like an herbal spice, but it's not at the forefront like you would get from like Matt's 95.5 rye pick or something like that. The oak in the background too is really, really sweet. Only a hint of like an aged oak note coming through. The rest of it is sweet and supporting the flavors, which is something that you commonly see from, yes, other MGP products will get that, but like Buffalo Trace does a great job with having a sweet oak profile that doesn't become cloyingly sweet like some Old Forester products, and it doesn't get too funky and overtake the whiskey. The sweet oak supports the sweet notes. That's a special quality of a whiskey, and I think Aaron's blend with this Desert Jewel, he did a great job emphasizing those things and making those work as a cohesive package, as opposed to having individual things you're picking out of the whiskey. It comes across as a full thing. I should also say that Desert Jewel is bottled at 104 proof. All right, 10 years age stated, 104 proof, all MGP, and it smells incredible. Oh. Wow. Oh, and it hits its stride like late. No, actually, it hits its stride all the way through, and it maintains. That's. Oh my God, that's good. You guys know how? Do you guys know how sometimes something like you have like a naked juice, like one of those juice things that something maybe naked's not that great example, but something you have to shake up, where like the particles and everything in the bottle fall out of suspension. You have to shake them up and bring them back into suspension. Blend everything together. This might be a weird analogy. Sometimes whiskey to me feels like that. It feels like the flavor has fallen out of suspension, and when you taste it, it's like you're just getting the watery whatever, and then all at once you get hit with the flavor somewhere. It could be the front palate, mid palate, back palate, and then it goes away again. And it's like the entire thing has not been shaken and blended back together. That this to me feels like everything is in suspension and working together as it moves its way back. Like, there's not a moment where you go, oh, this is heat for heat's sake. This is spice for spice's sake. It's all supported by flavor. That is a very special quality and a testament, in my opinion, to good blending. And Nancy could shine some light on that too. Like, I don't know the mechanics exactly of how different blenders think about doing that, or even if they think in those terms. Like, I don't know what the real world, dealing with hundreds and hundreds of barrel samples, how your mind starts to parse that out and process it as you start to pull different things and blend and try. But me and my very limited knowledge, just observing this on my palate, is like, it feels complete all the way through, and that's what's really nice. Colin, this is a comparison I actually can do. Let me grab that bottle. I gotta take the metal off. I love it, but it's so annoying. It clinks all the time. I'm gonna scroll back very quickly, guys, and make sure I'm just not missing any super chats. Last week I missed one, and because I did that, I went ahead and sent him a sample pack, because I just felt bad that I didn't give him the opportunity to get into the giveaway. So I don't want to have that happen again tonight. But reminder, if you do send me anything direct, Venmo or PayPal, please, I will check at the end of the stream, but please also let me know in the live chat, because I just don't want to miss you. Because I can't send 2 cigar blends, because I don't have 2 batch 38 cigar blends sitting around tonight. So, Jeff, man, good to see you, and great to meet you this weekend. Get you into the super chats here. Boom, 2 entries. And happy anniversary. I'm sorry I'm late. Did you already talk about Boars in the Park? I didn't talk about it like formally. I just kind of, here and there. I don't need to talk much more about it. But dude, what an awesome weekend. I mean, you can I'm sure you can attest to this. We were all feeling it by the end, but it was such an awesome experience. Oh, can someone take care of that bot in here? Maybe I'll try to get it. Okay, there we go. I'll try to get it. Oh, Amy got it. Thank you, Amy. Okay. So, Desert Jewel, man. I very rarely get blueberry on a whiskey to this degree, but that is what I'm getting. Now, I do have this other rare unlimited from Smoke Wagon, the Hot and Spicy Single Barrel, which is a 9-year single barrel, 123 proof. Not a completely fair comparison because there's about 10% ABV difference between these two. But a worthwhile comparison, I think, because, you know, this Desert Jewel blend came out a few years before this Hot and Spicy. This was, I believe I received this in March of this year. I had a big performance, and I remember I won the Smoke Wagon giveaway on their Instagram, and I was able to purchase this for $100, and it was helping me to kind of celebrate a big performance on March 26th that I did. I don't know why I remember that date, but I'm curious to see what the barrels were used, you know, a few years ago, like how they differ from this particular single barrel just a few years later, because it seems like quality has been declining, you know, in a lot of different products, and so this might be interesting. So first the Desert Jewel, and now Hot and Spicy. That is hot and it's all pepper. Yeah, it's all like habanero spice, and I mean that. Like the pepper spice here is crazy on the Hot and Spicy barrel. I may proof it down a little bit. Let me try the Hot and Spicy. Oh, wow. Oh, that Hot and Spicy is a freaking wild ride. But it is maybe one of the hottest MGP barrels that I've ever had. I've never quite experienced anything so intense on the palate from them. Jonathan says, kind of early for the real fun, huh? Yeah, we got the real fun out of here. Don't worry. Amy took care of that. Big Potato. I've not tried any of the experimental rye from Smoke Wagon. I had a chance this weekend, and I freaking blew it. But, I mean, come on. When you're faced with that and, like, King of Kentucky and Pirate bottles from Elijah Craig and, you know, I don't even know what else. Dusty Beam decanters from the 70s and Dusty Beam from 95. It's like priorities, you know? I'm telling you, I could not believe the stuff that people brought to the Junkies meetup, Ports in the Park. Blew my mind. David, happy anniversary. Sounds like you have a great day tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great day. And, you know, guys, I just love Sarah so much. And it was so great to bring her to Ports in the Park. And everybody was so, like, you know, she's been on streams a few times, but you have no idea how people are going to be in real life. And, what Ports in the Park showed me was that the whiskey community is as good as you think it is. Yeah, you know, people don't always like certain people. I have my preferences. Everybody does. We're human. But the entirety of the community is way more positive than it ever is negative. And that's the best part about this, is it really does kind of serve as an escape, I think, for all of us in our, you know, in our daily lives, maybe. That's how it feels for me. So, David, thank you for the super chat. I got you into the giveaway, my man. Oh, my goodness. Amy. Jeez, Amy. Thank you so much. A $50 super chat. You didn't need to do that, but it looks like you definitely want to get into that Magnus giveaway. And yeah, the anniversary. Totally In never had one. Cheers, all you lovely. Cheers to you, Amy. Holy crap. Thank you. Randy, I love that comment. That's amazing. So the hot and spicy single barrel from Smoke Wagon has a lot of apple and really funky, like, Aaron calls this desert magic with the oak on some of these, because some of them sit in Nevada and age for a couple of years. And he calls it desert magic. And I understand what he means when he's talking about that in terms of the oak on here. It's not an oak that I'm really familiar with aged MGP products. This is 9 years old, but there's something in the background that doesn't make sense. It actually gets a little mineral to me, and I don't mean it in a George Dickel, like, that kind of way, but it develops kind of a texture to it on the nose. And yes, it is hot. I'm going to proof it down just a bit. Let's do that. Got to be very, very careful here. Okay. That was probably still too much. Every time I add water, I add too much. I need to just go get my freaking pipette. Colin says, I got the hot pepper note on the nose for... Oh, Colin, I forgot I sent you a sample of that. Yeah, I sent a few samples of this out. I probably sent 5 ounces of this stuff out when I first got the bottle on different giveaways. Yeah, Derek, you do got to make tough decisions at a bottle share like that. It's insane. Mark is drinking an Ohio barrel pick of Bullet. It has a spicy note on the finish, kind of nice. You know, Mark, I don't have any of the recent ones they've released. Some of those Bullet single barrels are crazy and extremely overlooked, like $60. I have one in my basement. I stocked up. It was a Bourbon Finds single barrel that he did, and he ran it through shared pour. I think about 4 of them, and I've gone through 2, and I have 1 left. Some of those barrel picks, or Bullet, just like crazy good. I mean, competitive with stuff from Four Roses, different barrel picks from them. And I know people say that's not what it is. I'm still convinced that that's what it is, but you know, you'll never convince me otherwise. But anyways. Brian says, sorry, man, I was pulling for Dutch and I'm still super butthurt. I mean, Brian, it's kind of late to talk about that. I mean, it's been a few months, but I don't know. I feel I'm just really happy with the way it all went down. I feel good about my performance with Matt Madness, and that's all that's all I'm going to say. But I think I won a few fans over. Not fans, Jesus, I hate that word. I shouldn't have said that. That was extremely dickish. I won a few audience members over, community members over, I think, with the Matt Madness thing. But I think I also lost a few friends too. So. Toshi Beg, I'm entered from the earlier chat. Put this 50 towards Amy. Would love to see her win it. Toshi, man. You are freaking awesome. You're freaking awesome. Legend. We have some legends in the chat tonight, guys. 87 of you hanging out, which is an amazing number, especially for a Drums and Drams Thursday night stream. Please hit that like button if you are hanging out. It would mean the world to me. Come back for some more content. I'm going to be dropping some stuff in the next couple of days. I have stuff just about ready to go, a couple new videos. And I'm going to be throwing out some shorts here soon. I have realized the value that YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels bring. I've never done anything like that before. I've always felt really self-conscious about it because I've never felt like they've added a lot of value. It's just a lot of clicks, likes, views, not a lot of value, let's say. But one thing I've noticed is, like, with what I do here, I'm a little inconsistent about content production and release. I don't have a weekly schedule, and some weeks I throw out 5 videos and some weeks I do 0. One thing I've noticed though is that I think the community surrounding Drums and Drams as a whole, it's a really lean community. And what I mean by that is we have like 3,100, almost 3,200 subs, but everybody that's subbed seems pretty invested in terms of live chats and viewership and comment sections. Like, it seems like my turnover from, not turnover, but my kind of rate of subscriber to like count to view count is really high. And I'm not a big analytics person, but I did notice this. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I've gone deep enough with this community And I've done my best over the last 2 years to like earn trust and show that I am continuing to train my palate and I want to bring value through reviews, even if you don't agree with me all the time. And do my best to be contextual and fair and all this stuff, that if I do put out some shorts, that it's okay. Even if it's a little more clickbait. It's not going to be super clickbait, but a little more to get new audience members into the fray. I'm like, I think this is okay. I think I've like put my work in to earn this by this point. So I just want you guys to know, if you start seeing stuff that's like, I spent $2,000 on a Blanton's and I don't regret it. It's like, there's a reason for that. And I'm not turning into one of those people, you know? Hollywood, the Venmo at Leach Music. It's in the description of the video, by the way. Kilko, thank you, man. In for one shot. I gotcha. I'll be traveling again soon. One of these days we should meet in person. Absolutely. If you're ever in my neck of the woods, let me know. I don't know why you would be in Columbus, Ohio, but if you do show up here, or if we're in Kentucky at the same time, please let me know. Even if you get anywhere close. I'm kind of just all around. I go to Indianapolis sometimes, Kentucky, you know. Sorry, this comment isn't spicy, says Bogies and Barrels. I never tried the cigar blend, so worth a shot. Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't hurt to try. And I'm not just saying that. I promise you. Bullet and Four Roses Single Barrel, says Travis, are way too similar to not be. Yeah. Brian says, I'm just kidding. I know. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling. Big Potato, I think I will do a Master's Keep 1 review. I need to do kind of like a throwback to that. It's been a little while. I should have done that earlier. So I have a lot of different things in the works behind the scenes. Graphics I've been working on for new series and stuff. A Throwback Thursday series I'm going to start doing. I have an Ohio distillery spotlight. I've got all the graphics made for that. I just need to start producing the content now. A lot of things. Tiny Drams, which I've shown you guys before. So many ideas. It's just like last couple weeks have been wild, and I like to put in a lot of pre-production time, so when I start filming, I can film 7 in a row and batch that stuff. So Master's Keep is definitely in that mix for sure. Paul Graham, dude, Jesus, you guys are too freaking generous. Paul, thank you, man. You're crazy. You guys are crazy. I'm probably gonna have to do another giveaway tonight. I'm gonna have to add a second prize because, yeah, totally insane. Totally insane. I am definitely adding a second prize tonight. Let me figure that out, but it's gonna be something cool. Paul says, "Sorry, I'm late." No, don't apologize. Holy shit. I'm sorry you had a bad day, Paul, but yeah, dude, hang out, pour a whiskey. Let's have a good freaking time. Come on. Randy Livingston, one of my favorite bands or drummers to see live. All right. I love the Reign of Kendo. I saw them live maybe 2 years ago. The Reign of Kendo. Protest the Hero. Like kind of a math rock band. Reign of Kendo is definitely more of like this interesting blend of alternative rock and fusion and a little bit of like jazzy influence. They're fantastic. Of course, Snarky Puppy. I like that kind of stuff. Seeing them live, seeing Ghost Note live has been amazing. You know, Sput, the drummer for Ghost Note, and Snarky Puppy is incredible. Larnell Lewis also drums for them. Incredible guys. Yeah, and then like, I don't know what else. I'd have to sit and think about that. I haven't been to a live show in a long time, man. It's been a long time. Nancy says, honest but fair reviews are deeply appreciated from a maker's point of view. Keeps us on our toes. Yeah, Nancy, I think, who am I to tell anybody how to review a whiskey? But I have and I'll tell you this, Sarah is the best listener and the best sounding board to kind of bounce ideas off of. She keeps me honest. And I really wrestle with how do I talk about, it could be whiskey, it could be music. In my the other stuff that I do, if I'm on a podcast talking about the state of our industry with contemporary classical music or whatever, it's it's like some things need to be called out, but you always have to be fair and contextualize everything and be you can look at it as being empathetic, or you can look at it as just having like a different. It could be empathetic in an emotional way, or just having perspective from a different person's point of view. Maybe both of those are empathy, but I tend to kind of separate them in my mind. Same for whiskey. Like, it's much easier for me to totally crap all over Heaven Hill because it's a bigger company. But every step of the way in that company, there's still people working really hard on that. From blender all the way down to, the person pulling barrels in the warehouse. So B521, to me, a absolute mess of a whiskey. I really went hard on it last year, and it's like I wish I could take back some of what I said and recontextualize it in a more fair way, but yeah, I don't know. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, Randy, Snarky Puppy all the way. I've seen them a few times. And Ghost Note, too, which is the percussionists in Snarky Puppy, created their own side project in Ghost Note. And there's one guy on the first record from Ghost Note that played xylosynth, which is like an electronic xylophone, on that record. And he wrote me a piece, actually, for percussion and electronics. His name's Nick Worth. Dude, ridiculous musician. His stage name is Galaxy, spelled with an E, not a Y at the end. So Galaxy. Sick musician. Big Potato, I've never seen Coldplay live. I was never much of a Coldplay person, though. Horses and Bourbon, take 521 over both of this year's. I'll take anything over all three of them, though. All right, what am I doing right now? What did I do? I proofed down the hot and spicy. It does approximate the Desert Jewel, but it's still way more spicy, and the Desert Jewel is so much sweeter and more like blueberry and grape on it. The Desert Jewel is truly special. And guys, here's what I'm going to do for tonight's giveaway, okay? We are going to do this cigar blend, all right? For the first place winner, if you want to call them that. Whoever is second on the giveaway list when I do the randomizer is going to win a 1 ounce sample of Desert Jewel, hot and spicy, so 2 like epic smoke wagons, Matt's Rare Character Blend, the 6.5 year Bardstown Rye. I'll send you a sample of one of my cigar blends, so you at least get to taste cigar blend if you've never had it. So that's 4. I will send you 1 sample each of all 3 of the barrels that I picked at Middle West today. Only the bourbon was actually selected by the full committee, but these are barrels that aren't going to hit the market, all right? So hopefully this is a pretty cool prize for you. Barrel 1721, I can give you a couple of notes for these two that I'm picking up on them and why I picked them. Give you like some insight into how these stood out over the other 4 ryes that were alongside it, as well as the bourbon. That's 7 total samples. I need an 8th sample. I always send 8. I'll find an 8th sample and send you something cool. I promise. So that's what I'm thinking. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, Nancy Fraley. Michael League is a... Yes, he is a legend. He is a legend. Bogeys and Barrels, what's your favorite current pour, the one you keep reaching for? That's kind of poetic. It rhymed. Let me turn around and look very quickly. Yeah, it's Michter's 10 Rye. It's still Michter's 10 Rye. You know? And I know that's an expensive, hard-to-find bottle, but even the 2022 I talked about last week being a little maybe too spicy than it is sweet and velvety, like some of the older batches or older barrels, I can't get away from the Michter's 10 Ryes. Now, if you want something more maybe affordable or more readily available, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I gravitate towards Eagle Rare and Eagle Rare Store Picks as a sipper. I know that's not widely available for everybody. Cooper's Craft 100. Those are my picks. Oh, little Phil Collins talk in the chat. Jeb, this is a great question for Nancy. Having never had cigar blend, is the idea behind each batch to have a consistent style, or do batches vary greatly? Nancy, if you're still in here, let me know. That's a great question, though, Jeb. Bogeys and Barrels. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be bougie. I want you guys to know I have like spent way too much money on whiskey, and not always responsibly. Let's put it that way. So I paid secondary for most every rare bottle I've had. I would say 85-90% of the rare bottles I have, I pay secondary for, and that sucks. The reality of the situation. So I don't say that lightly that I reach for Michter's 10 Rye. I'll put it that way. Big Potato, name a better rye than Michter's Barrel Strength Rye and 10. I don't like Barrel Strength Rye from Michter's at all. That's just me. So, you know what? Like, if you give me an 8 to 10 year MGP rye, if you give me Matt's rye, which basically approximates that, although it's 6.5 years from Kentucky, any of those, that's my jam. 8 to 10 year MGP rye, Redemption, the Hughes Bella Bedford picks, the Templeton 10-year rye, which is like the most underrated rye whiskey out there, in my opinion. Templeton 10-year. They got a bad rap from all the drama that happened with the additive situation a few years ago. Oh my God, the Sagamore rye picks. I mean, come on. Like, any of those, I don't know that they're better, but I think they're amazing. Sarah just texted me. Her friend got a little too drunk, so she was out to dinner tonight, and she's got to take care of her friend. That's unfortunate. Her friend is not me, I promise. I'm okay now. I've actually sobered up quite a bit from when I started this live stream, guys. The barrel pick today really did me in. I don't know how you... Nancy, I don't know how you do this for a living. It's amazing. Although, I only spit half of the pours today. Like, I brought a spit cup, which I never do, but I'm trying to be more responsible with my drinking continually. I did spit half of them, and then I did sip some of them at the end, so. Oh, yeah, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye, great choice. Little better than the Old Forester for me. Kentucky Owl Rye, I love. Batch 3 is what I have. But still, I just continue to come back to Michter's 10 Rye. I just love it for what it is. Dude, I know. You know what? Everybody's got their hobby. I don't spend money on anything anymore except whiskey. Straight up. It's like, pay the bills, I buy whiskey. That's, I used to spend a lot on music equipment and instruments, but like, I own all my instruments now. My marimba, vibraphone, glockenspiel, all my drums, like all my cameras and mics. Like, my expense is whiskey and that's it. So that's okay. I mean, bills, debt, student loans, that kind of thing. We won't get into all that, but all right. What are we going to sip next? Oh, I want to show you guys this bottle. I'm not going to let this Desert Jewel go to waste. Or this Hot and Spicy. I want to finish him. Hey, Nancy, I have a 41-year Armagnac. I just got a sample off of a guy. I don't even know where it's from. I don't know who produced it. I'd have to dig back through some messages and posts to find out where this came from. It's 84.2 proof. It's a 41-year Armagnac. The color is unbelievable. Sarah and I tasted it the other night. It's a little varnishy, little wood varnish, kind of maybe too much of that for me. But it reminds me of like dusty bourbons from the 70s and 80s. Like, I had a 1970s Beam decanter that I believe the Turks brought to the bottle share. This Armagnac reminds me of that. Interesting. I think Armagnac might be the next frontier for this household. Sarah is instructing me to buy a lot of Armagnac at cask strength, very old. Scott, holy crap, man. Another $50 super chat. You guys, thank you so much, Scott. I got you in for 10 more entries, man. I appreciate you so much. I really, really do. I see Tim. I see a couple people have Venmo'd me. So let me make sure I get you guys right now. Let me see it. Let me make sure I get you guys. All right. Tim Peterson. Make sure. Let's see. Sorry. Scott B. and Tim Peterson. I'll get you both here. Scott Got you in for 2, and Tim Peterson. Guys, we'll do the giveaway in about 15 minutes, just to let you know. Thank you so much for hanging out, the 79 of you that are in here. That's awesome. I really appreciate you. Cool, I think I got those giveaways. And I'll double-check Venmo and PayPal at the end of the stream, but... Scott R., man, thank you. Jesus, you're amazing. So Nancy coming in here with some info about cigar blending and batching. There's a general consistency over time, but batches in the 50s to early 80s are in this proof range, while the earliest and the most recent are a little lower. Yeah. And Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's just more inclusion of Barton, high-proof Barton in the blend, from what I understand. Tim, yeah, okay, I see your message now. I gotcha. Yes, many vintage Armagnacs will have that varnish note, probably from too many heads in the distillation, but they're still really incredible. Yeah, it is so good. Like, it's funny because I don't have a palate for Armagnac necessarily. I feel like a lot of these things translate between different spirits, but there are particular things you have to obviously train, I think, with each spirit. And with Armagnac, it's like I can tell there are flaws. I can't quite pinpoint what they are, but it's just really good. So you just look past that stuff. Yeah, Hollywood, I gotcha. If you're Scott, I gotcha. Drums, spiels, and yaks, the future of the channel. Jeb, give me shit about talking so much. I know, I just jabber on, dude. I'm sorry. I need to taste more whiskey. I'm trying to go really easy tonight because of the barrel pick. That's all. Nancy says, that's absolutely right. I always put more Barton in those blends from the 50s to 80s. I've gone back to using more of the 36% MGP bourbon again, which is what the early batches had. And I'm sure many people are going to be stoked to hear that, you know, given the state of the scarcity, I should say, of the older MGP stuff. All right, so let's look at a $2,000 Blanton's. This bottle, let's just like preface this. This is not worth $2,000. Not in a fucking million years is this worth $2,000. I can tell you that. Sorry about my language. I get loose-lipped when I have a little too much in me, and I do apologize. I felt bad about that last week, too. We were doing this great giveaway for Jerry Black and raising all this money, and I was, like, cursing up a storm, and I just felt bad about it. But, you know, hopefully I didn't lose too many friends over that. My mom was probably mad. So I kind of mentioned this maybe last week on the stream, is that I was scrolling through a secondary page late at night last week, and this bottle popped up, and it's an LMDW, basically, you know, the French Blantons is what a lot of people will call these, but Le Maison du Whiskey is this company in France that selects certain Blanton single barrels and bottles them, particularly for the French market, but some go different places. And this particular barrel went to Singapore, and the guy was asking for $2,000. Okay, and I did not have $2,000 to be like, just here you go, you know, let's do it. Like that's a lot of money for me. I mean, that's a lot of money in general, right? But I was like, I looked into his comments more, and the date was our wedding date on the damn thing, and I was like, okay. The letter on the horse is L for Leach. I was like, okay. All the stars aligned. I couldn't believe I stumbled across this. Typical French Blantons like this will go for about $700 to $800 on secondary, and then as the vintages go back, add a few hundred each year. This is a 2021, obviously, but because it was the only barrel sent to Singapore this year, it's extremely rare, and I've never seen another one of these. It's red. These red bottles, I've never seen another one. The color on this, I put it up next to my straight from the barrel bottle. This is only 56%. My straight from the barrel is like 10% higher. This is way darker. I mean, this looks like a dusty in terms of its darkness. It is an export. Technically, color could have been added because it is an export. I don't believe they added color to this, and tomorrow night, I can't crack it tonight. Sarah won't let me, and that's okay. I shouldn't. Tomorrow night, before our anniversary dinner, we're going to crack this bottle, and this is going to be our bottle that we drink every year on our anniversary, and I do have the pass to make one video about it. I don't know about giving away a sample. That seems a little extreme. But maybe if I'm feeling frisky, one of these live streams, I'll give away a sample of it. But not this week. But this is going to be the clickbait video. You know what I mean? Like, I spent $2,000 on Blanton's, and I don't regret it. And it's because it's, you know, it's for our anniversary. Jeb says, wouldn't be any fun not to make fun. Oh, I agree. No, look, one of the best times I ever had on a live stream was when the chat turned on me about all the Jackie Zykin stuff with Hidden Barn. Like, that was so fun. So, no, please make fun of me. My God, that's the most fun. Garrett, this is a good question. As a percussion player, and sorry, guys, I got to keep sipping on this Desert Jewel because it's insane. Do you play the piano, glockenspiel? I don't play piano. I wish I did. Yeah, I play like marimbas, xylophone, vibraphone, glockenspiel. You know, those instruments, like the percussion keyboard instruments, I do play. I can't sit down behind a piano. Randy, this is funny. Snare the dog. I don't know why I said dog. I'm not from that part of the world. Dog. That's how I say dog. Paul Graham, any rare hair honesty updates? Paul, I haven't tasted it recently, and that's another thing. Like, I have a list of videos that I'm going to make. Rare hair is at the top of the list of the talking head type videos that I'm going to be doing. It'll be a review, but it'll be more of like an indictment of that company for misadvertising. And frankly, guys, like, I don't know if I can even say this without, like, I don't know if you can like sue people for saying stuff like this. So I'm going to try to be careful. I looked up the rules for like false advertising and like a class action lawsuit. I know that sounds so extreme, and I know that it is extreme. But when you misadvertise something to the point that Rare Hair did, and you say it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and it's everywhere in your official press release, it's on all of your distributors and retailers, I should say, websites. Everything says Kentucky, and you buy it thinking there's no way this is George Dickel. And then you find out that it's George Dickel, and it was sold under a false pretense. That feels like it could be, you know, like legal action could happen. Just, I don't think we would do that. It's $500. Like, just let it, you know, it is what it is. But if you bought a bunch of them, like Paul, you bought several, you should be pissed. So, I don't know, man. And Paul, thank you for another $20 super chat, man. I got you in here. There we go. And I'm going to skip down, and then I'll catch the other chats here. Jeb, I just want to make sure I don't miss you here. Jeb Singleton, thank you. I got you in, and that's awesome you're opening that, and I like the annual pour idea. Yeah, I've told Sarah, you know, we love sharing whiskey together. The other night, we were laying in bed, and I poured out 1 ounce of this 41-year Armagnac, and we split it, and it was just, like, it's just so fun to sip it together. I told her that what I would love to do is, she's born in 91. I'd love to get her like a dusty, like a cheesy gold foil from 91. And it, maybe like, would 03 birthday bourbon have been distilled in 91 if it's 12 years? I don't know if that's a 12-year bottling. But get her a couple birthday bottles. Get me a couple birthday bottles. I know that's a shitload of money. I completely understand that. It would be like a couple year-long project to get these bottles. And then like crack them open, and every birthday have like a birthday flight that we each have on our birthdays, and then have our anniversary pour, you know, our engagement pour, the whole thing. I think it's like really special, and people can say you're tatering and all that, and I understand, you know, Blanton's is a tater's pour, but you know, it's when you get something like this, it's a little more special in my opinion. Yeah, Paul bought 4 of those rare hairs, man. That's insane. And Paul's talking about he's got a lot of these French barrel strength whiskeys. Yeah. Hollywood sent 10, but his name is not screen name. Hollywood, are you Scott B? If you are, then I gotcha. Robotic says we call that material misrepresentation. Cheers, everybody. Can anything be done about that, Robotic? Horses and Bourbon says Tater. That's one of my horses' names. All right, what am I going to pour? Can't pour this Blanton's. Not till tomorrow. Hey, so we'll do the giveaway. We will cut Super Chats at 9:55. So in about like maybe 4.5 minutes or so, we're going to cut Super Chats. Remember, the first giveaway, the top person, number one on the randomizer, is going to win Cigar Blend Batch 38. And the second place winner is going to get a sample pack of Desert Jewel. This rare and let me get this off the screen. Rare and limited hot and spicy Desert Jewel. Matt's new ADHD whiskey, rye whiskey pick from Rare Character, a 6.5-year 95.5 rye from Bardstown Bourbon Company. You're going to win samples thieved straight from the barrel from Middle West Spirits of the 3 picks that I did today, one of which will hit market, 2 of which were not selected by the rest of the group, so they will never see the light of day. They'll probably be blended into other things. And then I'll add 1 to 3 more samples. I don't know. I can do up to 10, but usually I just do 8 on a sample pack. So it'll probably be 8, and I'll do something cool. Something really, really hard to find. So that's the second place giveaway. So 2 giveaways for tonight. That's going to end at 9:55. Paul P, the TTB, yeah, would they go after them? It wasn't on any of the labeling. It was only on the press releases and in the advertising, advertisements and marketing. It wasn't on the bottle itself. So, Nancy says you can buy some wonderful 91 vintage Armagnac for a fraction of the price we can buy in the Bourbon World, and the Armagnac will be a lot older too. Yeah. I don't know about... If you say a lot older, Sarah's going to be like, I'm not old. No, I actually got her, I think, a 91... What did I get her? A 91 Chateau de la Baude. I can't remember where it was from. I'd have to go back and look. I actually bought it for her mom, and she shared it with us. But I bought it for her mom because it was Sarah's birth year, and I thought it would be kind of a cool thing. And she enjoyed it. It's very light, whichever bottling it is. Yeah. So 3 more minutes on the giveaway. But we've got so many super chats now. You guys are just absolutely amazing and so supportive. I cannot say enough about you. Awesome. Kyle, what's up? Hey, Kyle is the single barrel director at Middle West Spirits. There we go. Got to flash the shirt. Oops. Almost lost a cigar blend. There we go. Kyle, good to see you, man. Thanks for a fun day. And I'm giving away some samples of the barrels. Let me just pour one of these. I got to open them anyways. Giving away some samples of these, barrel samples, I guess. Let me take a sip of the bourbon that we picked, which was barrel, this is 125.99. That's so exact. Barrel 1725. This is a 4-grain bourbon. This will be hitting the state of Ohio in the coming months. And again, second place winner of tonight's giveaway will get a sample of this. Nancy says, look for some DeRose or Delord vintage Armagnacs from 91. Promise you can't go wrong. Okay. Was 91 a pretty good year, Nancy? I know the idea of pretty good year, it exists in the Armagnac world, right? Top Dog, did you get my super chat? Oh, Top Dog. Let me make sure I got it, man. Oh, I did. I'm so sorry I missed you. I got you, man. Thank you. And guys, if I ever miss a super chat or anything, please tell me. I'm going to do my best to always make sure I go back and check right before the giveaway ends. Check my Venmo, check my PayPal, but please help remind me, because I hate having that issue when I've done a drawing and I get an email the next day and it's like, uh-oh, I screwed this up. Because I can't go back and redo it. It wouldn't be fair to everybody else. So. That freaking Desert Jewel. Thanks, Top Dog. Sorry about that, man. And this is the other thing, guys. I've been talking Middle West Spirits for so many months and years now. And I'm so crazy about the 30-gallon barrels that they're moving away from and going all 53. But the 53s we tasted today were awesome. So, you know, give it a couple more years, and they're going to be right up there with the amount of, like, viscosity and oakiness that the 30s had. But probably in a more balanced way, honestly. Some of the 30s would get a little over, you know, heavy-handed. But the stuff we picked today, I feel really, really good about. And it's great whiskey that, like, even if some of them are a little bit hot, if that's the case, they do well with water. You can proof them down very well. All right, let's cut the super chats. Let's do the giveaway here in just a second. Let me get up the randomizer here. Get a new tab open, and then I'll share my screen with all of you and do the giveaway in the most transparent way that I possibly can on screen. Okay, we got it up. Kyle Nelson, appreciate all the support as always. Thanks, man. Hey, you guys do the best stuff. I'm telling you, I want to come over there and just be involved, like not involve myself selfishly, but I just want to be able to observe the process of what you do and contribute in some way, and I'm just so curious about how things work in the industry, you know? Let me take a picture of this, Nancy, because buying the exact year does matter for like a birthday pour for Sarah, but just buying a great bottle of Armagnac, I'm going to take a picture of that and make sure I get one. Johnny, the Drew P pick of Middle West, I got it right here, man. I was actually, you know what? That'll be my last thing I do is compare the sample we picked today to the pick we did with Drew P, which honestly, I'm probably going to pick the Drew P pick because it's such a ridiculously good bottle. But my patrons did have a chance to get in on that. I did have the link. So if you didn't get one and you're a patron, that's your own fault. I hate to say that. Yeah, it's so good. The new stuff still does need a little bit of age, and I don't hesitate to say that even if Kyle's in here. And they know it at Middle West. Like, they've transitioned to 53s, but they're like, we can age this longer now, and we have so much more inventory, and that's correct. The warehouse was awesome today to hang out and to see all of that. But they do get a little rubbery with those 30-gallon barrels. Michael Doyle, you are the last super chat. I'm going to get you in. Guys, no more super chats. No more super chats. We're doing the giveaway right now. I'm going to bring the list in. We had 169 super chats. That is a freaking record by a mile for Drums and Drams. Let me tell you that. All right. Just looked it up, Cam. Code 5.235. False advertising, including all media, is enforceable by the TTB. There you go. I don't know what that means legally, what action can be taken, but that, it's they need to like issue a statement or some sort of retraction, although that would imply culpability, and I don't know. I have no idea. Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? I don't. Red Hot Grave, says John. Yeah. It's a great pick. All right. Kyle says this won't be the last barrel pick you're a part of. I hope not, man. I really want to do some stuff with you guys. All right, here, let's share this screen now. Sorry it took me so long, guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Holy crap. We had like 80 in here most of the time, and that is wild for Drums and Drams. So thank you so freaking much. If, again, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But hit that like button if you are hanging out. Let me share this screen. There you go. I'm going to pull out the close-up bottle shot. So, here we go. Like I said, we're gonna spend 7 times. First winner gets the cigar blend. Second winner gets the really nice sample pack of everything. All right, here we go. 1. Actually, I want to check Venmo, PayPal before I can spend this 6 more times. I want to check my Venmo and PayPal. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sorry for the delay, but I really want to be sure I do this right. Yeah, I should have gotten everybody. Okay, that's spin 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, before the 7th spin, you have to email me here with your name and your address. And you can remind me what you won. But there it is, drumsanddrams@gmail.com. You have to email me there and make sure you do not forget. That's how I get in touch with you to get you this giveaway. Here's the last spin. Ready? And boom. Set. Okay, Tim Evans is top 2. He can only win the first one, so Scott is the next winner. Tim Evans wins the cigar blend, and Scott is second place. So let me write this down. I just want to make sure I don't forget. Tim Evans, if you're hanging out, shoot me an email. If you're not, I'll get with you. Giveaway 825. I'm putting this in my phone. Okay. Tim Evans, Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, Scott R. Sample Pack. Boom. Congrats to both of you guys. That's awesome. Scott, I'm glad I'm able to send you stuff for everything you've been doing for the channel, man. I'm really happy I'm able to send you stuff. For those of you who didn't win, I sincerely appreciate all of the support. Whether it's for the channel, whether it's for the giveaway, whatever. At the end of the day, you're helping support what I'm doing here, and I couldn't be more honored about that. You know, I couldn't feel, you know, more happy about that and grateful. So I just want you to know that. Wise Guy says, is that ECBP A117 the best batch? To me, subjectively, yes. It hasn't won in a blind. I haven't blinded all of them. But I reach for A117. That's the one I reach for. Scott says, my favorite whiskey tuber, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Toshi, man, thank you for your contributions, of course. And Paul Graham and everybody else. Amy, you know, everybody I'm looking at right now on the screen. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you. Yeah, amazing. Let me do a final half and half blend of a 53 and a 30 gallon barrel Middle West 4-grain bourbon. Let's just see how that ended up, and I'll let you guys go. Oh. Kyle, I don't know if you're still in here, man, from Middle West, but we might need to explore a few blends, dude, because at cask strength, that was wild. Toshi says you make Thursdays fun. Thanks, man. I hope I don't wax poetic. I hate that phrase. I don't even know why I said that. I hope I don't do that too much, though, and jibber jabber too much. Garrett says, great channel. Thanks for the entertainment. Thank you. Brian, what are you saying? Brian, the families deserve closure. What are you talking about? I don't know. Oh. I don't know. All right. That's it. Tim Evans, Scott, I'll get in touch with you guys. And I think that's it. Nancy, it does. Yeah. You know what, Nancy? Like, the idea of working with different size barrels in a blend is actually really interesting. There's so much I think each one can add to that. So I need to explore this a little more between not only their bourbons, but their ryes. I have different barrel sizes of all of those. So Kyle is here. Sweet, man. Wise Guy, I did open the Desert Jewel. You missed it. You got to rewind. I'm giving away a sample of it tonight. I will. I'll review this soon. Don't worry. All right, I'm out of here. You guys rock. You're the best. I love you all so much. I will have some new stuff out before next Tuesday's Tuesday Taste Along. Patreon, look out for... I'm going to be doing... I need to get... Sorry, Patreon. I've been absent as I've been from YouTube. I'm going to post in there and get your ideas for the next Tuesday Taste Along. I want your ideas. I'll narrow them down, and then I'll post them to YouTube. Have YouTube vote on it for the most, desirable bottle for Tuesday Taste Along. And then we will do that this coming Tuesday, and I'm excited. Next Thursday's live stream, I'm going to be seeing Shane Gillis. If you don't know him, he's a comedian, absolute killer. He's going to be here at the Funny Bone in Columbus. It's a 7:30 p.m. show. So next Thursday night, I might not be live until about 10 p.m. Another late stream. And the shenanigans or shenaniganery, however you want to say it, there will be shenanigans next Thursday night if it's going to be that late and I've been at a comedy club. So come hang out. It will be late, but I am planning on having a live stream. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for all the likes, the engagement in the chat, for supporting the channel. Freaking awesome. So I'm out of here. Good night and cheers.